That would be Dylan Mulvaney, TikTok star and advisor to the President of the United States. Department of Energy, meet your latest nuclear waste engineer.
It's my first winter season as a woman, and it's also the first winter that I have boobies. And I especially love that I smell like vanilla cashmere. I mean, who wouldn't want their breasts to smell like vanilla cashmere? And just a reminder that people of all genders use tampons, not just women.
I forgot that my crotch doesn't look like other women's crotches sometimes because mine doesn't look like a little Barbie pocket. And we all just normalize women having bulges sometimes.
All people use tampons, not just women, says Dylan Mulvaney. Now, we don't know if Dylan Mulvaney spelled that out in detail for the President of the United States when he and Biden met recently at the White House, as they did. But we can tell you that what Dylan Mulvaney has just said is science. Pure 200 proof, make your eyes water scientific fact. The kind you want a shot of early in the morning after a rough night. No mixers, thanks. I'll take my science straight up and wipe my mouth on my sleeve. And that's what it's like every day at the White House under Joe Biden. A raging nonstop science party, as Ms. Karine Jean-Pierre explained to an awestruck press corps the other day. Sometimes, after his nap, Joe Biden will go ahead and meet with science people. That's how he relaxes, with top scientists. Watch.
Today, President Biden met with 3 U.S. winners of the 2022 Nobel Prize, Dr. Caroline Bertozzi, who won the Nobel Prize in Chemistry, Dr. John Clauser, who won the Nobel Prize in Physics, and Dr. Douglas Diamond, who won the Nobel Prize in Economic Sciences.
So Joe Biden met with not 1, not 2, but 3 winners of the Nobel Prize. No, to be clear, it wasn't the Nobel Prize. The Nobel Prize is a trademarked brand. It's slightly different. In the same way that that $12 handbag you bought on Canal Street wasn't, strictly speaking, made by Louis Vuitton. But whatever, it was a decent bag and you got a good price on it. And it's the same with the Nobel Prize. It's not the Nobel Prize, but it is Nobel. It's a Nobel Prize. That's how it got its name. Ask Karine Jean-Pierre. She knows. Now, at this point, you may have concluded, and this was not our intention, we're just reporting the facts here, but you may have decided, based on the evidence, that a lot of the people who run your government under Joe Biden are stupid and silly and have weird personal lives. And of course, that's true, but it's not the whole story. A lot of them are also megalomaniacs who have no idea how stupid and silly they are. So for government employees in that category, Kamala Harris will always be an inspiration. Living proof that inflated self-esteem and an affair with Willie Brown can literally catapult you to the top. And the trick here is endurance. No matter how embarrassing you may be, you just keep going. That's the lesson of Kamala. And here she is in the Philippines just last week, proving it.
You can keep dancing. Show me the dance. Show me the dance.
Dance, peasants, dance! Dance for me, show me the dance. It works. That's the Vice President of the United States commanding peasants to dance for her. It always works. It's working for Janet Yellen. Janet Yellen is Joe Biden's Treasury Secretary, but she's more than that. She has a past. If the American economy looks a little precarious right now, if you sense, woo, maybe we're headed for a fall in a big way, well, that's in part because of Janet Yellen and her thoroughly and completely irresponsible behavior as the chair of the Federal Reserve. So Janet Yellen has personally done more than maybe any living American to bring our country steep inflation and yet another housing bubble, which is apparently about to burst, taking a lot of our economy with it. So Janet Yellen did that by printing tons of cheap money and then getting kickbacks in the form of speaking fees from the Wall Street banks. That happened. And you can look it up and find for yourself that it happened. But here's the key. Janet Yellen has no intention of admitting that it happened. And as a Biden White House official, she doesn't have to admit it. You know what she can do? She can blame the whole thing on you, peasant. And last night she did. Watch.
It turned out the pandemic had very special impacts on the economy. Remember, everybody stopped spending on services. They were in their homes for a year or more. They wanted to buy grills and office furniture. They were working from home. They suddenly started splurging on goods.
Oh, they splurged on grills. It had nothing to do with the fact that I ran the Fed, which controls our money supply and therefore controls our economy at the deepest level. And I printed so much money that it's not worth anything anymore. And that's why our economy is about to blow up. But that's not what did it. You bought a grill. Next time, don't do that. Dance, peasant, dance.